Now, for those who know, about 2 days ago, as too bad, one of the best hosts of Jeopardy passed away in the age of 80. And, and I mean, it was that now I remember as Trebek when he hosted Jeopardy, when he first started hosting Jeopardy back in 1984. In 1984, I mean, he was a good guy. He was a good man. 30 set seasons. Now, 30 set seasons, he knows it and knows what it matters the most. Alex Trebek is a trailblazer. He's one of the best guys I ever met, a best man I ever met when he hosted Jeopardy in 1984 when I was born. When I was born, I know Jeopardy a lot. And then when I was a kid, I would start watching Jeopardy. And my grandmother watching Jeopardy with me and my grandmother and my grandfather watched Jeopardy. That was back in the old days. And it was a great moment. It was a great moment that we never forget. I never forget that moment. Do 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 do. Do 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 do. And that's the song they always know about that the song that I was do remember, the plot creds and the questions they had and said do 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 and it's just great. It was great. And he declared down the winner. So now I'm here to give a shout out and pay tribute to Jeopardy. And no Sunday he did pass away. When he had cancer. And then when he had cancer that time, prostate cancer that he's talking about. And Alex he never stopped fighting. As Quebec, never stopped fighting. When he was sick, he never stopped fighting. He kept going. Every time he's on the game show, and that's where he is right now. So now, okay, Robinson, no, now here we go. Alex Trebek's final Japanese episode may include a special goodbye from the alcohol host. And look at this. It says, because the show films in advance, Alex's last episode as host will air postmortem next month through December. And now, Alex Trebek's final episode as the host of Jeopardy will air on Christmas Day, according to the show's routine. Because shows are taped months in advance. Alex's final episode was filmed on October 29th, just about 10 days before his death on November 8th. It's unclear if the host asked producers to film a goodbye message yet, but he did give a special speech during his last week of tapings for viewers. As the host of Jeopardy, Alex Trebek to film 3 to 5 episodes each day, weeks and months in advance of their actual Hawaiian day. Because of this, Trebek filmed many episodes before he died on November 8th at 80 years old, more than a year after first revealing his stage 4 pandemic, presumably cancer diagnosis. While the Jeopardy website signed Person's television shows that the game host was last in the studios on October 9, 29, just 10 days before he died. That means that Jeopardy will continue to air new episodes featuring Alex throughout the holidays, with his final episode as hosting Hawaii on Christmas Day. After 37 years of hosting, Alex first stepped onto the Japanese set in 1984 in his early 40s. One of America's most iconic television hosts had editorially amazing what his perfect sign off on Jeopardy will be early this year, when he was gearing up to release his memoir. The answer is Reflection on My Life. He told reporters at the Television Critics Association that he will only need 30 seconds at the end of the show to risk videos well. He explains upon the idea in an interview with ABC News in 2019. I kind of, in my mind, we're hosting it already, and what I will do on that day is tell the director that ask me who's going to replace me because sees and the show will continue being a success. And until we meet again, God bless you and goodbye. It's unclear if Trebek ever got the chance to film his goodbye clip. And there may have been a chance that Jeopardy airs such a clip during the last episode, scheduled to air next month. But some of the producers on the show had already singled that what ended up being Alex last week hosting Jeopardy felt much different from other episodes we've seen this year. He was the most professional person at working with any capability. Here he was battling cancer, kind of as hard racing, but you couldn't tell when the cameras rolling. Mark Richards, an executive producer on Jeopardy, told CNN the fact that he recorded what would be his final episode 2 weeks ago gives you an idea of how much he cared about the show. Didn't know that Alice's final week of filming Japanese would truly be his last. But Richard said was taking a toll on him. He was in pain, and we knew it. Richard said, adding that Alice could only get through 3 episodes a day instead of the truculent schedule, which include 5 tapings. I had chills the entire tape day. He gives a speech taken about togetherness, how important family is, and it will result in even more now. It was so beautiful. We were all in tails. The Hell Tonight's show. Longtime Japanese fans will be watching to see how Alice is honored this week and throughout the last Iranians on his hosting duties. Alice was a legend of the destiny that we were luckily all lucky to watch night after night for 37 years, working beside him for the past year and a half as he hung out and continued to host Japanese was an incredible honor. Richard said in a statement, his consistent desires to learn, his kindness, and his professionalism will be with all of us forever. Sunday has led to the announcement when Finland Wolverine put a valuable report of who do their best to fill the role as host in a crucial. As Trebek, thank you for everything. May God bless you. This is Jeopardy. Thank you, Alice Trebek. Until then, I'm Joseph Crudup. Have a great night, everybody. For all you, so on until tomorrow.